maybe you don't need to keep on healing. Maybe the most healing thing you can do, the more spiritual thing that you can do, is to actually enjoy your life. And this is a conversation that has been happening a lot lately, especially because I am here in Ubud, in Bali, the epicenter, one of the world's epicenters of healing. And it is wonderful. It is wonderful that people come here from all over the world and they do yoga, they do breath work, they do meditations, they do retreats. They do a little bit of everything to try to find themselves and heal the patterns and heal the traumas and everything. And some people get it and they do what they need to, and then they just start living. But I'm seeing it a lot, and I said that because at some point I was inside of that loop too. But a lot of people stay in that loop of like healing more, healing more, healing more, healing more, doing more things, trying more healing modalities. And again, there is nothing inherently wrong with that. But what happened is that when you start getting in that loop that you still need to heal, you still need to heal, you still need to heal, you still need to heal to get a partner, you still need to heal to start your business, you still need to heal to whatever, put whatever goal or dream you have there. What happens is that the healing starts becoming an excuse for not doing the actual work. And yeah, I know this might be a little bit controversial and some people might not agree with that, but honestly, after being here last year and now again, and I love Ubud, I love it. It's beautiful, the energy is super nice, but what I am seeing more and more lately, and this is again has coming up in conversations with people that are in the healing space, people that are actually facilitators, that the energy is so heavy, and you have these places with all the classes and all the things that you have. It's one trauma healing after the other, and you have people that go there and do like everything in one day and are just in this crazy loop of healing and trying to be better and trying to improve themselves. And because it's never enough, there is always something to heal, there is always a trauma to release. This world of releasing and trauma are two things that you can find everywhere here. But I feel like at some point you have to be honest with yourself about, okay, am I actually healing? Do I actually need to keep on trying all these things, to keep on releasing all this trauma? Or is this just an excuse not to move forward? Because if you have listened to my video about the Vipassana retreat over a month ago, about why I chicken out, I backed up at the last minute, it was a lot about this. It was a lot about, am I actually escaping of life and responsibilities by doing this? And that was the question that was like, that popped out in my head and that I couldn't let it out. And yes, it might have been fear, but also, you know what, if I have gone to that Vipassana retreat, a lot of the things that are going on in my life right now, a lot of the opportunities that came up, a lot of the people that I met, and a lot of the things that I am doing because I am actually here present, living, wouldn't have happened. So now that almost a month passed by, I am realizing that was probably another excuse or another way to avoid actually doing the thing, not talking the thing, not talking about the thing, not like healing about the thing, not releasing the trauma that made me not do the thing, but doing it. But putting one foot in front of the other and start making things happen. And start allowing yourself to be open to all these opportunities. Because a lot of the things that are happening right now in my life is not that I was purposely looking for them, honestly. It felt like they kind of like came to me, but they didn't knock on my door. No one knocks on your door and tells you, hey, I have your life solved right here. That doesn't exist. But I put myself out there in spaces where these opportunities could actually find me. And I feel there is so much power in letting go of the healing, in accepting that, okay, whatever happened, it's in the past. What can we learn from that? And I'm not talking if you just, I don't know, if you just come out of a big life crisis. I'm not talking about that, of course. If you've been through something really bad, a big crisis, a big crash, yes, it's gonna take time. Go heal. I'm not talking about you, if you are that person. I'm talking about the ones that are already good, functional, and like me, and still looking for healing and doing more things and seeing what we can keep twisting and what is the little trauma that is still there. You want to know what your traumas are? Get into a relationship. You want to know what the negative parts of your life still are? Start a business. I swear to you, all those things are going to come up and you're going to have to work through them and to work with them. But just healing for the sake of healing without moving forward in your life, it's not really going to do anything for you. It's okay if you want to try it, if you want to distract yourself for a little bit, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. You do you. But what I'm saying is, do not kid yourself thinking that the more you heal, things are just going to start happening because you are healed, or that you need to be in a certain point of your self-improvement journey, that you need to be this good or like this healed to be able to go for the things that you want in your life. Do not kid yourself, because what you are going to end up doing is staying in this loop, healing this and healing that. There is going to always sorry, there's always gonna be something to heal. There's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something to improve, always. But if we are so focused on that, if we keep being focused on what's wrong, on what's still wrong, oh my God, we are going to keep finding things that are wrong. Because whatever you focus on, you get more of. So if instead we are able to shift the focus and to see, okay, if this is my dream, what can I do today? What is the small, simple thing that I can do? In which rooms can I put myself that make me ridiculously uncomfortable? And maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, I will do one of those things instead of healing more. And don't take me wrong, having practices that make you grounded, that make you feel grounded, that keep your spiritual part alive, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about if you meditate or do breath work or do yoga every day. Fantastic. If those are the things that make you feel good, keep doing them. What I am talking about is going to these really deep and heavy healing process, trauma related things all the time. You cannot be doing all that all the time. You cannot. It's not healthy for you. You cannot be healing all the time. You need to be living. You need to be enjoying your life. You need to be doing things that make you feel alive, that make you feel happy, that make you feel expansive. And healing and releasing trauma all the time, that is quite the opposite. So if you feel like you are in this loop, start asking yourself, like, what do I actually enjoy? What are the things that I keep postponing because I think that I am not healed enough? And I hear this a lot around dating. Like, oh no, until I am completely healed, I'm not gonna get out there. Let me tell you something, you are never gonna be completely healed. Never. And even if you feel like you are pretty much healed from all your past dynamics or from like the toxic relationships that you have, the only way to know for sure that you heal from that, it's in relationship with others. When you get in a relationship, when you get in a romantic dynamic, then it's when all the triggers are gonna come up again. And that's your opportunity to actually prove yourself if you healed. And this also correlates with the video that I recorded a couple of days ago about healing in isolation versus healing in relationship with others. Because it's a whole different level. It's a whole different world. So if you feel like you are stuck in that, if you feel like you are waiting to feel completely healed, to go after the things that you want, let me be really clear, you're never gonna feel completely healed. There is always gonna be something else. So maybe try and put one foot in front of the other and do one small thing today and another small thing tomorrow, and keep going. Keep coming back to the practices that make you feel good and grounded and peaceful. It's not about that. But you don't need to be healing, releasing, and just on that never ending roll all the time. You really don't need to. So yeah, I hope if this video found you, it inspires you to get out there and stop healing and start living your life. Because the only way that you will be able to move forward, to set those boundaries that everyone is teaching, to achieve all those visualizations that you are doing, it's by actually getting out there, getting in the arena and doing those things. Sending you lots of love and see you tomorrow.